So now is question and answer 61. Can you believe it? First question up is, how is Peanut? What do you believe made him feel ill, and what is your belief different from your grandfather? What a three-part question. For those who don't know, Peanut is our Chihuahua, and he's really my grandpa's Chihuahua more than my Chihuahua, because he's like always a guard dog of Grandpa. Kid you not. Um, what do I believe him made him feel ill? I wish I knew. We went somewhere, came home yesterday. He was underneath my bed late at last night. We found him. Um, he didn't act like himself until about the mailman came midday today, and then he showed a little bit of improvement by slight barking, but not overjoyous, which was unusual. I did call the vet and ask their opinion. And with all this dog illness that's going around right now, I wanted to make sure that we were doing the right thing. So we did not take him in today because it would have been $80 on an emergency visit. And we believe that, or Grandpa believes that he was scared of the weather because we had a bad storm come through late last night. And he was really thinking that it was the weather that made him a little bit anxious and scared and lethargic, which is what I hope is what was the case. He has a tendency to eat Sammy's dry cat food. He also likes to beg me for wet canned food after I feed the outside cats, which is just cheap food. What is Grandpa's belief between the weather and, I would say, the cat food? He thinks it was a mixture. Is it different than mine? I would say it's hard to say with him, but I'm glad to see that he has improved tonight. I want to update everybody on that. He has improved. He was a little bit more himself before he went to bed. And I hope to see him better tomorrow and moving more actively, even though there won't be a mailman to bark at because it's Sunday. Have you finished decorating for Halloween and Thanksgiving? I've got a good start, believe it or not. With the kids going back to school, our little neighbor kids are so adorable, by the way. And she's a teacher this year for the fifth year, which is fifth grade, that is. I think that's awesome. It kind of put me more in the spirit to decorate for fall / Halloween and Thanksgiving. It seems like those two holidays are always back to back. And to me, we don't get much time with Thanksgiving decorations that I love so dearly. I've started a good start. I'm nowhere near done. But I think it's good that I've got a little bit of the start underway for Thanksgiving and Halloween. Have you heard the old Ryan's restaurant in Effingham will be a Golden Corral? I have heard this, and I think it's the best news. I'm only sad for our little town of Mattoon not getting a Golden Corral. I wish we would have got that. Is it possible for you not to be immune to love anymore? I don't know if you all have watched my videos or not, but being immune to love, I have done this little new Snapchat thing on my Snapchat where I will put immune to love. I have been hurt, I have been betrayed, I have been lied to, lied about, and I don't know. We're just going to have to see where life leads me, per se. I would like to say yes to that question. I would like for dreams to come true, too, but, Hallmark movies, books, like I love to read, country, western, romance, it doesn't always imitate life, and especially here in Illinois. Just saying, for a man to have that much cowboy coat in him, it would be a damn miracle. Have you given any thought to the Crown or the kids situation? I have given it a month's thought. A good friend of mine told me to look into Carefree Dentistry, which is something to do with a card that would help with my mouth work, and I'm going to definitely look into that part. The kids situation, I'm always thinking about that, and we'll just have to see what life has in store closer to the holidays. The situation on Grandpa getting a car, how's that going? Well, every time I think we're making progress, it's like we make 2 steps back. I really wanted to go to a car lot today to go look at a car, but it's like he has zero interest. And, the months are ticking away, and I definitely don't want... I think I just did that wrong. I did. I just noticed that the video just came up and it says question and answer, and it should be bombshell relationship advice. Let me see if it'll let me edit this really quick. I know, terrible why we're doing this. Do 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 do. There we go. Save changes. Okay. That was quick and easy. Kind of painless. Do you believe online dating works? Give reasons why and why not. I used to be this happy-go-lucky, believe the best in each and every man, and of course, they can't do you wrong. I should have learned from Mike that they can, and that no matter how many years you invest in someone, at any time they can walk away and leave you holding the bag. With online dating, it's easy to say all the right words, especially when you don't have to provide a face or a visual, and it's easy to text people and say the right words, either to get them to like or dislike you quickly. But I think it's also easy to deceive someone. And for that, I think that's the worst thing in the world. If you can't be open, honest, and forthright with what you want out of life, why the hell are you on the dating channel? Just wondering that. And, then there's some guys and girls, because, there's guys out there, too, who always message me on my relationship advice. How can I get this girl to at least be a friend with me and then work towards friendship or dating? Or how can I get this guy to message me and then get it to work towards dating? I would say there's no surefire plan for that to go into place where it can just go like that. You just have to do your best and try to be open and honest. Don't hide anything and go from there. We all have some skeletons in our closet, but it's like how you handle those skeletons, whether or not your relationship will go from friends to further-wise. That's my biggest piece of advice for you all. Do you believe the Hallmark movies or romance Western novels paint a better picture of the area? They must mean like, with the books, you can read and then it paints a picture in your mind. Watching a movie, like tonight's movie, A Summer Romance with Ryan Paevey on the Hallmark Network, if you were a baseball game, you did a home run, you took that ball and you batted it over the fence, and it kept on going, because I cried, I laughed, I smiled, and I was like 3 kisses before we got a real kiss between our characters. And at the end, the country dance, and he says, I have 2 left feet, and she goes out on the dance floor with him anyway. And it's just like everything, especially when she distrusts him, because he takes her idea. Well, first, the ranch, his corporation is a land developer, and he buys the ranch. His corporation does, not him personally. And then takes the idea of the dude ranch and wants to run with it, which was her idea that she was trying to find funding for in order to save the ranch. And she was like, how could you do this? I guess you really are good at business, JR. And just went off, and he went after the girl. What every woman wants. When the man is in the wrong and he's, proven to be wrong, he's out to make it right. And rarely in life does that happen, people. Just saying, okay? Usually guys, they hold grudges. And they never get over them. And you're just always the bad guy, no matter what. So for that to happen in the movie, I think it was great. In my Western novels, I love the words that the best authors can take you there emotionally and physically, just like the best Hallmark movies can take you there emotionally and physically. Without that, you might as well say you wasted your time and your energy. What makes people send fake friend requests? I would love to know this. I have had lots of fake friend requests. I've had people think they're country music stars, and I believe them. The blonde in me. I have had people tell me that they're other people, and by text message, and they're not. and they think I'm dumb enough to believe it. I may be blonde, honey, but I'm not that dumb of a blonde. Just saying. Think of something positive about tomorrow, even though you're dreading going. I am positive that I get to see my oldest niece, who's back here from Jackson. She goes to Union University. She came back just to see Reba, and that my two nieces are over the moon happy that they get to see Reba. I'm happy for you girls. Me? Not so much. But it's my mom's birthday wish for us all to be happy and going. See the eye roll? In the movie A Summer Romance, JR, which is just Richard, Sam gives him that name, must earn his keep on the ranch in order to stay at the ranch. Is it fair? Absolutely. I think that you should earn your keep anywhere you are. If you stay with loved ones or family members, especially, be the one to do the extra mile, be the one to take the trash out, do the dishes, do the laundry. That's paying your way in your own way. Do you believe in white hats for good cowboys and black hats for outlaws? In the old movies, it was always the good guy was wearing a white cowboy hat and the bad guy was always wearing a black cowboy hat. To me, one of my favorite colors has always been black, and tonight when Ryan Paevey put on that black cowboy hat, those black boots, those blue jeans that were Wranglers, he was just the all-essential perfect cowboy. And I think that the times have changed. That, sometimes the bad guys, when they win, they're not necessarily the bad guy. Sometimes they can be the good guy, but the bad guy painted by the other person, per se. But in the end, JR was a good guy, even though he was wearing a black hat. So it's all in perception, really. I think the old times have went away. We're into the new era. Anything goes practically anymore, so it doesn't really matter. What do you feel is the difference between a ranch and a farm? I'm reading this book right now, Rebel Cowboy. And it comes up at one point where, is this the book or was it the last book? It's been so long since I picked it up. It's been 3 days. Okay, this is the one where he lost a best friend in a motorcycle accident, and he's making every moment count, but he's not daring to be dangerous, no adventure too crazy for the cowboy, and he realizes it's time to grow up, and he goes after this Nikki Grady, who's always in the emergency room when he needs her, basically. And I'll give you more of a review later. It's a good book. I would say the difference between a ranch and a farm is location, location, location. I know some of you guys out there would say different, but to me, if you live in Montana and Wyoming, you live on a ranch. And if you live here in Illinois, it's a farm. They don't really have too many ranches in Illinois, just saying. What kitchen appliance do you wish to own? I want one of these Instapots where you can just put it in the pot and then like in a few minutes or hours, I guess it is, it's done and you don't have to do that much. That sounds amazing to me, just saying. What have you learned from selling on Facebook? Not to do selling on Facebook. I still have the wedding dress I can't seem to get rid of. I have the scanner that was Grandma's. I've lowered the price on that. Can't seem to get a nibble on it. I have Grandma's rocker. And I got a nibble last week on it, but it was a young couple who thought that I would lower the price. And I'm like, $60 is rock bottom low. You're getting cushions. You're getting a chair. That's what you're getting. That's a good buy. Name a part of tonight's Hallmark movie that really touched your heart. Well, there's several parts because I laughed, I cried, I smiled. They had 3 almost kisses before the actual kiss, so it was wonderful. I would say a major part, there were so many parts, but if I had to pick out 2 parts in particular, little Annie and JR, they just bonded instantly. And Annie, she just was like, he played cards with her. He was so relatable. He asked her what her life plan was, and he mentioned to her that he knew a way to make her plan come true, which that was beautiful. I love that. And as she talks to the horse that he's about to ride and says, probably won't throw him off. And that was kind of a cute little thing. You had to watch the movie to really understand that. I also wanted to say when there were so many parts with him and Sam, from when he first came to the ranch and was a city slicker to also when he learned what home was. Home was not about a business transaction. It was about a feeling that home could not be bought. And, oh, I'm not going to cry. And that he believed in her at the end. And it was just such an amazing movie. One of the best they've had. I really want it on DVD. Health news. Willie Nelson cancels August tour dates due to breathing problems. Is it wise for him to still be touring at his age? You know, everybody is it's their own choice. We shouldn't put age requirements, I feel, on performing, because, you know, if they feel good enough to perform, then by all means perform. If they feel like they can't, then at least they're recognizing their limitations and they're saying, hey, I'm just not feeling that well right now. Cut us some slack and maybe in the future I'll see you. I think that's wise. I think that's really wise. When going to a concert, what is a drawback at a major arena or state fair versus a county fair or maybe a little small park with some major talent? I don't like big arenas. I don't like state fairs. I'm going to tell you why. You ever see the movie Pure Country? Where it's all about the lights. It's all about the presentation. It's all about how the singer comes off and looks maybe like a little bit of a Las Vegas star more than a country star. And to me, I dislike it 110%. If you cannot play an instrument, sit down there with your fans and be a one-on-one experience, you have lost touch with not only the music business, you have lost touch with those people who have supported you through the years, bought your movies you may have made, your CDs, your TV programs, anything like that. To me, the big events breed problems. And then you have your kids out there who will no doubt be alcoholics tomorrow. And that, I dread that too, because once they're got the liquor down, there's more problems too, because they're either going to get dehydrated and need taken out by the EMS, or they're going to need start fights with people that may be there just to enjoy the concert. And to me, beer should not be allowed at those kind of events and festivals. Just saying. What does it make it better than a county fair or local park? I would say I would rather go to a county fair or a local place, because you might have a better chance at meeting the star, A. B, maybe there wouldn't be alcohol sold, so there wouldn't be that outgoing problem. But to me, when you sell alcohol, you're just selling problems. Bottom line. The Impossible Whopper is new at the real Burger King. Have you tried it? I am intrigued by this because it's not real meat. It's vegetables, and I think they said flowers, isn't it? Anyway, I am intrigued by this. I have not tried it. Would I be game to try it? I would like to try it, actually. I think that it might be something that I would enjoy. What is it that you dislike about Beverly Hills 90210? The whole thing. I mean, I'm glad to see the gang. It looks like they're all doing well, except for Luke Perry, who I dearly miss. But if we're going to play Brandon Walsh, then Jason Priestley cannot play Jason Priestley. You see what I'm saying? Don't have blurred lines. And then another thing, I noticed that Dean McDermott was not played as Tori's real husband on this Beverly Hills 90210. They've got some actor playing him. And that's not real life. I mean, she's had her family on other channels, So if they're going to really ruin it, don't call it Beverly Hills 90210. Just call it Regrouped. and take the 90210 Beverly Hills BH off in front of it. It really irritates me. And I think if you are going to come back from a big hit, don't go ruining what was already perfect. So, with that being said, that is the end of question and answer Bombshell 61. Can you believe it? So, I'm going to go work out. Love you all.